Hello everyone and welcome. It's roommate. I'm back here playing some Timeless. And I'm also going to be on a meta deck today. I've had a very busy week. My girlfriend's had surgery. She has a performance this weekend. I started a new job, so it's been busy. So I don't have any spicy brews like normal, but I still think there is value in playing the meta deck, and I've played some Yawgmoth before, so that's why I'm taking Yawgmoth again. Now, this is recorded the day that Alchemy or Outlaws Thunder Junction Alchemy is out, so I'm going to test this card. It looks pretty strong. Like 2 mana at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, so you can play it, go through combat, draw a Mox Jet, and then it's almost like a mini Luris. So I think this card looks pretty strong. I think it's like the best card out of the whole Outlaws of Thunder Junction Alchemy set. And they're legal and timeless, so I want to play with it. That's pretty simple. Otherwise, it's a Yawgmoth deck, so you use Yawgmoth, pro humans, pay life, sacrifice another creature, put a -1/-1 counter in up to one target creature, and discard a card. Note that does not say your opponent's creatures. So Yawgmoth in Yawgmoth basically is a loop, because Undying makes it comes back with a +1/+1 counter. And a +1/+1 counter and a -1/-1 counter cancel out. So 2 Yawgmoths and a way to gain life actually lets you gain, or lets you draw. Like Prosperous Innkeeper lets you draw through your entire deck, when Blood Artist actually is a way to close the game out. So that's one combo. The other combo is Hapatra. Hapatra also, it means you only need one Yawgmoth, but also Hapatra Yawgmoth. It's a way that you can just snipe all of your opponent's creatures, because whenever you put a -1/-1 counter on a creature, you get a snake, which you can sacrifice to put another -1/-1 counter. So it can, like, Hapatra can be a, play Hapatra, have a Prosperous Innkeeper out, and then Yawgmoth is just a way to machine gun down your opponent's board, draw a bunch of cards. It really lets you set up to win the game that turn. And so that's like the main plan of the deck, and your Court of Callings and some ramp spells. The other plan is Natural Order. Now this deck is playing a lot of green creatures, especially ones like Yawgmoth. So Natural Order, you get to go get 2 really powerful targets. Atraxa is your grind target. So say you've kind of played a couple removals, you played against the deck, it's like Jun played a couple removal spells, you just need to refill, you just go bam, Natural Order, Atraxa, draw 4 cards or whatever, and then you can stabilize from there. Craterhoof, it's a way to end games. You can just get a bunch of stuff on board, and if you don't have a Yawgmoth, it really doesn't pay you off. So being able to just be boom, Natural Order, Craterhoof, kill you. So sideboard, this deck needs some interaction in the sideboard. Fatal Push, Pile On, Thoughtseize, Tests of Talents, Veil of Summer. So those are all interactive pieces. This deck doesn't have room in the main deck, so you have to put them in the sideboard. Then you have some Court of Calling targets in Haywire Might, Scavenging Ooze, Tidebinder, Reclamation Sage. They're just silver bullets in the sideboard because you are playing a tutor heavy deck. So silver bullets in the sideboard is really powerful. And then 1 Elven Chorus, just an extra grind piece, grindy engine. I'm interested to see how Pet Collector and Yawgmoth does on the ladder. So I'll be here for round 1. Okay, I'm here for round 1. Against RY2133. So I'm on the play. That's good. Playing against a Yorion. Wow, this is probably going to be a grindy matchup. This hand's probably a trap. But if my Delighted Halfling doesn't die, I can just get so much stuff on board. And even if it does, I have a second one. This hand's a trap, but sometimes you trigger traps. Yorion. I've played some Yorion in the format. I think at first, like, it was not a good Yorion format. There just, like, wasn't enough redundancy in your most powerful cards. So, I didn't draw land, but they played a tap land. So, I still have a bunch of mana. So, I'm in an okay spot. Obviously, any land lets me just jam a Yawgmoth. Which I don't think I do. I think what I do is I just play to the board. So, just Overgrown Tomb. I can't imagine they're pressuring life total. Play Delighted Halfling. Yeah, they have a counter spell, which is fine. Just attack for 2 and then hold up a Bowmaster. It's a pretty obvious Bowmaster, but I'm okay with making them play around it. So like I was saying, I didn't think there was enough redundancy in powerful cards to play Yorion. You just drew some of your less powerful cards too often. But I'm actually thinking Yorion might have gotten there with Surveil Lands and Mana Drains, so it's definitely getting closer in Path to Exile, so this is like a really obvious counterspell, but I left the mana up. I want to use my mana. Yep, Mana Drain. So, a Bowmaster. Yeah, Yawgmoth's not going to do anything other than combo, so I'm just not going to run it out there and just keep holding up Bowmasters. This is good if they try and play like a Teferi or a One Ring. It's like a good piece of interaction in that case. So, yep, they get 2 mana. I feel like they have a 5 fairy. Nope, they're just gonna Uro. I mean, I'm gonna Bowmaster them. They don't have path up. Doesn't look like they have interaction up. They're kind of close to bringing Uro back. So I do have to think about that. What do they got? What do they have? Is this a One Ring? I think a One Ring in Minskinville. Okay. I'm okay with that. Young Wolf's not the worst draw. So I do get a Young Wolf into a Yawgmoth. And I can start drawing cards. So I'm going to sack this. Or minus that, sack on the Young Wolf. Drawing cards, trying to find another Young Wolf. Yeah. Make sure I get a land. My life total does not matter. And the trick is to actually target your Young Wolf. It lets you draw more cards. So, yeah, I want to draw another Young Wolf. So, sacrificing or not getting the what's its face? Not allowing. Oh wait, cancel. Yep, sack. Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure I kill the Minskinboo, especially after drawing this much mana. So, sack that. Draw a card. Natural Order. That's a good draw. Yeah. So. Sack that. Kill all their stuff. Attack Minskinboo. Kill Minskinboo. And just play a Delighted Halfling. So they can Uro next turn, but then I just natural order, basically kill them. Elish Norn, eh? Yeah. So what I do is I go get oops. I go get Hapatra. And then sack the Bowmaster. Yeah, sack the Bowmaster. So I'm not gonna gain life, but I do get to kill the Elishnorn, which is still really good, and draw 7 cards. Oh. Yeah. So 1, 2. Find me a Blood Artist, and that should be game. Because I just get a sack. Draw, drain, sack, draw, drain. Sacrifice a creature. That doesn't matter. Sack this. Oh, no. Cancel. Sack this. Target player. Always then. Sack a creature. Target this. Sack that. Target player. And then I get a just Court of Calling. X equals 1. Go get another Yawgmoth. And this is lethal. It doesn't matter. So this lets me just forever loop my creatures. Make them drain. And now I just get to always target them. I wish Blood Artist, you didn't have to target with Blood Artist, but I wish it was like, oh, there's only one target opponent, but it says target player. No. This one, yes, sack. Make them lose life. That is snake. Okay, they're conceding. So yeah, that was a good match 1. Obviously this matchup gets a lot harder. They're gonna have much more creature removal. So I'm gonna be on Elven Chorus and Thoughtseize, in case they have Wrass. And I'm gonna trim 2 natural orders and 1 Innkeeper. And no, I like is it just, yeah, I'm just trimming natural orders. Natural order obviously is a powerful card, but once your opponent just knows you're on natural order, it gets really tough to beat. They might have Graveyard Hate too, but obviously Elven Chorus is like the anti-Graveyard Hate card. So I'm going to keep. So definitely going to shock. So the 2 options is to go Deathrite Shaman or Thoughtseize. So Deathrite Shaman probably just eats a removal spell, and I think Thoughtseize might get there. So I'm going to Thoughtseize my opponent. I don't think they're going to side in Veil of Summers. They might have Spell Pierces, but just try and clear the way for my threats. And if Deathrite Shaman just eats swords, I don't really feel that good about it. So yeah, They are going to have a turn 3 Oko. Is that better or worse than Supreme Verdict? I think I care more about the Oko than the Supreme Verdict. Because they go land, cycling, Oko, Supreme Verdict, Elishnorn. And I go Deathray Shaman, Young Wolf, Elven Chorus. Yeah, I think it's just Oko. Not too worried about the Supreme Verdict in this spot. That does not change anything. Brainstorm. That was a good draw by them. I found that Elishnorn has been like super hit or miss. Obviously it's a 5-drop, but like the games where it's good, it's unbeatable, and then the games where it's useless, it can't do anything. But I have played it in some decks. They are leyline binding my Young Wolf. I like to see that because I gotta just jam. Oh man, that changes it. I'm weak to Spell Pierce either way, but just getting an Atraxa onto the battlefield is just so powerful. So hope they don't have Spell Pierce. And just put an Atraxa on the battlefield. Hopefully draw 4 cards. Okay, what do I get? Sorcery, land, instant, creature. Yeah, that's huge. So if they just Supreme Verdict me, I get to jam the Elven Chorus. And if they like don't Supreme Verdict me, I can play a Thoughtseize. Yep. This looks like some sort of counterspell. Just gonna start with the Thoughtseize. See what's up. Supreme Verdict, Mana Drain, Omnath. Okay. So all 3 of these have their merits, but none of them can kill Atraxa. And if they're on the Mystic Sanctuary, a Supreme Verdict plan, that's 2 turns. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So, just play that, pay 2 life, play a Delighted Halfling, see if they counter it. They probably won't, but hopefully they don't draw a removal spell. Hopefully this is just buyback Supreme Verdict. Huh. They drew another Supreme Verdict. Okay. So it's going to be Supreme Verdict, Supreme Verdict. That's fine. I get to resolve this Elven Chorus because it makes them tap out of... What's the top card? Okay. Obviously, I want to try and draw a card or 2 off this. Yeah. So, Bowmaster. And this forces them to just Supreme Verdict again, basically. So I get another chance of resolving spells. It's a Demonic Tutor on top. And I can't really double spell. Yeah, I'm just going to Once Upon a Time. Find a Young Wolf. Happy with that. Didn't clear the top. but I am just gonna play my cards. So obviously if they draw land, they're in a decent spot. Otherwise, they can't hold up the mana drain, and I'm pretty happy. Yeah, so no land. Free Yawgmoth. Free Deathrite Shaman. I'm gonna keep trying to get some free cards. Yep, just shock myself. Another free Deathrite Shaman. Oh. It's a Blood Artist. And they're just done. Oh yeah, they're just dead on board. So, match 1 against 5-color control, and I pretty handedly tranced that deck. So, I'll be back for round 2. And I'm back for round 2 with Yawgmoth against Jattery. Good question. On the play again. Like being on the play. Yeah, this hand looks pretty good. I don't have mana acceleration, but I have a pretty like juiced up hand. So I'm gonna keep. Turn 1, just go get Overgrown Tomb, play Yawgmoth, and pass. So they Thoughtseize me. My hand's pretty juiced though. They might take the Jet Collector. No, they just take Natural Order. It doesn't do anything right now. However, it can do stuff. I took out a Lavinia for this and a Once Upon a Time. So one of these would be a Lavinia I could never cast. And the other one would be a Once Upon a Time. Lavinia would have been great. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Just gotta attack. I'm probably just dead here. They give me one more turn. Don't make them pay. So, yeah, I'm just dead here. And show and tell. It happens. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to sacrifice a creature. So this is going to get a -1/-1 count. Oh wait, that counters it. Okay. So this is going to get a -1/-1 counter. I'm going to sacrifice this. I'm going to try and find something. Prosperous Innkeeper is not something. -1/-1 counter. Pelt Collector. Actually, Horde X equals 2. If this resolves, I go get Blood Artist and I win. Brainstorm. Okay. Blood Artist. Sacrifice a creature. Yep. Put a -1/-1 counter. Drain them. Undying. They don't have anything. Ooh, that's exciting. Beat show and tell with a Yawgmoth. Okay, so this is the matchup where you get to put in a bunch of interaction, so I'm pretty stoked for that. Yeah, just a bunch of interaction. Not a grindy matchup. Not really an innkeeper matchup. This can be a natural order matchup, though it's not fantastic. And I need to cut 3 cards. Yeah, they're not playing creatures. I'll take Hapatra out. And Halar Might is slow. It doesn't interact the way I want it to. And yeah, we're just gonna try and interact at the right spot. That's gonna be try and be the answer against this deck. This is like the nightmare matchup, so stealing game 1 is huge. And I completely stole game 1. This hand is terrible. Craterhoof is a completely dead draw, and I have no clock, no threats, no nothing. So like Botsy just isn't good enough. So I have to mulligan this, even though it's like, ooh, sideboard card. It's just not good enough. No sideboard cards, but a functional hand. Okay. I'll keep. And I actually want to keep the mana. Might be a Yawgmoth I put away. You know, Death Ray into Bowmaster, into Court of Calling. Yeah, I'm just going to keep that. Ooh, that was a decent draw. Alright, I definitely want Rex Sage in the deck. I'm okay with a land over a Delighted Halfling. So, let's take the fetch. Play Death Ray. And then next turn, I have Death Ray into Bowmaster. And then after that, I have Court of Calling, which probably isn't enough. I don't have, like, the Lavinia to go get. Just Fatal Push. Yep. So, I don't have, like, the... I cut, like, the crazy good sideboard card, but... maybe I'm supposed to go get Breeding Pool there. Just drew a Yawgmoth anyway. Yeah. This, if they have show and tell, I'm just dead. Yep. Bowmaster into Atraxa. So... oh, I cut the Hapatra? Oh no. It doesn't matter anyway. If I had Hapatra, I might have a chance. But I don't have Hapatra. Yeah, let's just pass. Let's just see if they have another show and tell here. They do not. So I'm gonna try and chord x equals 2. And I think it's Yawgmoth. And see if that gets me anywhere. But I don't think it will. Yeah, they just get another show and tell next turn. Delighted Halfling. No, I'm just dead. Because I don't have the mana to turn this into anything, so... Concede and go to round 2. Yeah, same sideboard plan. Okay, round 2, game 3, play first. I just see him everywhere. Man. If this was a natural order or an interactive spell, this hand would be fantastic. But it's not, and this matchup's that bad. Yeah, I just can't keep Craterhoof. Oh, man. I just get these terrible hands. Yeah, they're a Thoughtseize deck. I cannot go down more. I just have to turn one Thoughtseize and hope that buys me enough time to natural order. So, yeah. Keep 6. Done. I just need a land. Okay. I gotta take show and tell. Oh? Oh? Hold? Hold? Can I draw an untapped land? Okay, that's fine. Did they find a fatal push? No. Okay. Oh, back to being live to a land. Tense game. They brainstorm. Yep. Back to being alive to a land. So I like that. If not, then if they don't find a show and tell, I can actually eat the show and tell so they can't Mystic Sanctuary it back. And that's the play. So no attacks. And hope they Omniscience instead of Atraxa. Yeah, if this is Atraxa, I'm in trouble. Yep. Okay. Yeah, just eat the fatal push. I'm still like might be okay. Nope. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's probably just dead for me. I need to find my own Atraxa this turn, but because I am never racing, and yeah, they have a third show and tell into Omniscience. Okay. So they had the Omniscience in hand, And they put in Atroxa instead of letting me get it with Reclamation Sage. Sure. Sure. Sure, that is dead for me. Yep, didn't find my third land and lost a show and tell. Hello, welcome to round 3. I'm against Beatsville and they're on Gigantha. So my immediate thought is Zoo and Jund. This is a good hand. I would like to find a mana accelerant with this Once Upon a Time. I do. So just gonna play a Delighted Halfling. And then I can set up to a pretty fast, pretty fast Yawgmoth. I can just jam the Hapatra. Which I don't think is the play. Is it? Actually, you know what? We're gonna Yawgmoth. We're gonna Hapatra. If they have a bolt, they have a bolt. If not, I'm in a decent spot. Let's see, this could be Jund or it could be Zoo. I'm kind of hoping it's Zoo, but it is Zoo, so that's guaranteed Zoo. So let's hope they play. They don't. This screams Bowmaster to me, so we're just gonna Yawgmoth. They have to play the Bowmaster now. They do not. Okay. So I just get to attack. They're gonna flash in a Bowmaster. A Leyline Binding. Oh. Sure. So let me just pay a life. Put a -1/-1 counter. I'm just gonna draw a bunch of cards. Chord of Calling. Does this let me do anything? No, because I can only chord for 1, right? Sacrifice a creature. Oh wait, no wait, I can. So I gotta go here. I am not a Yawgmoth player, by the way. So, yep. Sack. This doesn't matter. Sack this. And then I can X equals 2. Go get a Blood Artist. Wabang. And then win in response. Sack a creature. Put a -1/-1 counter on it. Drain. Win in response to a turn 2 Leyline Binding. It's pretty good. Okay, so this is Zoo. I think this is why Tidebinder's here. And Fatal Push. Not Thoughtseize. Fatal Push and Pylon. I think that's why they're here. This matchup might not be like the best combo matchup because they're going to play like Burn and Leyline Binding, so bolts, Leyline Bindings. But just like I'm gonna take out the 1 Jet Collector, and then Natural Orders. I kind of like that. They're going to have a lot of interaction. I need to... Sometimes is Zoo, you can just kill their 2-drop and they're just stall. And it buys you so much time, so... Excuse me. So that's my hope. So back trying to get the 2-1 against Zoo. I'm up a game. Huh. On the draw, this hand just folds to a lightning bolt, so not gonna keep. Much better hand. Man, I think it's Once Upon a Time. It's either Once Upon a Time or Chord of Calling. I'm gonna put the chord away. I kind of like Once Upon a Time here. It's a little more flexible than chord. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep the Once Upon a Time. They mulliganed, so this is gonna resolve. Did they like mulligan for like a Rest in Peace? I could see them doing that, but Deathrite Shaman. Yep. So I guess I did that a little early. Just get Blooming Marsh. Find another chord. I'm just gonna Fatal Push. Don't want to give them mana. Okay, so they're holding up a Leyline Binding or a Bowmaster. If it's a Bowmaster, just Bowmaster their Bowmaster. So I'm just gonna pass. I like being in that spot, holding up Bowmaster for their Bowmasters. Their Giganta is no longer in the deck. So I don't know what that means. Other than maybe... Yeah, sure, Wild Nakatl. So 3-3. They definitely have a Bowmaster of their own. So I'm just gonna play a Deathrite Shaman and pass. Yeah, what could they bring in? Yep, that resolves. I'm gonna make sure just to kill it. I can go get Swamp here. That's fine. If I draw a blue source, I can go get Widow Foothills, so just kill their Bowmaster, pass. Yeah, I don't know what they could sign. Oh, Ashiok. I have not seen that out of Zoo before. So that's pretty interesting. So obviously it shuts off my Chord of Calling. And my fetch. So I'm just going to play a Yawgmoth. And I'm going to attack the Ashiok with the Orc Army. If they block with the Nakatl, I'm just going to trade. That's a good trade for me. Yep. And like, it doesn't put me in like the best spot. This Ashiok's still going to be good against me. But I'm still not in a terrible spot, seeing that they're really on this Ashiok as like their one out to me just like winning. I mean, I don't have the combo in my hand, but pretty happy where I am. They can obviously just like jam a Minskin Boo or a Territorial Kavu, and I can be in a lot of trouble, so... Tribal Flames, a Deathrite Shaman. Sure. Huh. It's almost like they knew I was drawing a Yawgmoth. Do they have another Bowmaster? Oh. Yeah. That is probably enough to kill me. That is probably enough to kill me with this Ashiok. Fatal push. I know they don't have another land. Yeah. Okay. Well, all hope is not lost. Play a Yawgmoth. Play a land and pass. What did they find? They find found a get lost. No, it's not worth drawing a card. It's actually like worth just mapping onto the Delighted Halfling, as bad as that sounds, and just hopefully get a 3/4 that can attack the Ashiok. Tribal Flames. Yep. Play map. Done. Done. I do want the Yawgmoth. As weird as that is, I will most likely be able to kill the Ashiok this turn. No, they're chumping? They might minus the Ashiok then. If they're chumping, they're probably going to minus the Ashiok. If I can get this Ashiok off the board, I'll be pretty happy, because I have this Chord of Calling. Resolves. Okay. I wanted the Yawgmoth, but those 3 lands, I'm okay not drawing. So I don't need to attack with the Delighted Halfling. The second one, if they chump, they're gonna chump, it's not gonna die. They did not. Okay. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So going and getting Yawgmoth's not even that good here. Pelt Collector's not even that good. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This lets me hold up a Chord of Calling if they break out a Kavu, which is not nothing. And hopefully they don't draw Tribal Flames. Breeding Pool, enters tapped. And a Forest. Oh. Second Chord of Calling. Yep, just gotta pass. What do they got? No attacks. In turn. Brawler's pretty good. I think chord X equals 4. Or is it chord X equals 2 into Atraxa? Because I can chord for a Bowmaster, shoot their Bowmaster, and then untap, go get a Troxa. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is 10 mana. No, this is... No, this would be 10. And that gives me 2 more. I'm for that. I think this is the higher upside play. Instead of just getting Yawgmoth here. Because I'm at such a low life. So, Bowmaster. The Bowmaster. My turn. Land. Oh. That even lets me get rid of the Leyline Binding. Okay, so I'm just going to pass. No attacks. End turn. Pass. Combat. So, as weird as this looks, I don't want to die to a Stubborn Denial. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to block. So, they need a Stubborn Denial and a removal spell. So, declare blocks. This is 10 mana. Yeah. Oh. So that resolves. I have to just channel to destroy this one. Yeah. Because the other option is Tidebinder. So just channel to destroy. So now I can't get a Troxa. Is there another card I should get? Is it just Blood Artist? No, honestly, it might be Jet Collector. Start buying my cards back. Because they're going to kill the Halfling, so I can get a Halfling back. So, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could just go get Yawgmoth. And hope to draw. No, I'm like so far away from a Yawgmoth. Kinda like, I mean, just gonna do it. It's either Yawgmoth or Blood Artist, ping them for 2. But then I'm just out of cards. Is it Deathrite Shaman? Just start eating stuff, gaining life? Is it Deathrite Shaman or Pet Collector? Or Yawgmoth? This is really tough. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just gonna go get Deathrite Shaman. 2 things die. They do not have Tribal Flames. Okay, drew a Yawgmoth. Get to attack. And pass the turn. So, not dead to Tribal Flames. Not dead to Bolt. Not really dead to anything. Yeah, so this doesn't matter. I don't care about their graveyard. My turn. Tidebinder. That doesn't really matter. Crack him for 5. What do they got? Lightning Bolt. Sure. Submit 0. Sacrifice. Solves. Yep. Yeah, still not dead to Tribal Flames, not dead to a Hasty Kavu, not dead to... Yeah. It's fine. Just get a gain life. Because life equals cards. This is just one forest left, so I don't need to crack this. My turn. Yawgmoth. Should be good enough to close out the game. Because I'm just gonna draw cards. The collector's pretty good here. So, oh wait, cancel. -1/-1 counter there. Sacrifice this. Ooh, never mind. Never mind. I'm gonna just draw natural order and win with a Craterhoof Behemoth. I'm good with that. So I'll be back for the wrap up. So I'm here with the wrap up for Golgari Yawgmoth, and the deck felt pretty good against the non-show and tell decks. It was pretty clean, pretty easy, 2-0s, and got crushed by show and tell. So that's the problem with Yawgmoth. It's got a terrible show and tell matchup, like abysmal show and tell matchup, and not a good Vein Ripper matchup. So like those two decks, I think, keep Yawgmoth where it is in the meta, because against fair decks, Yawgmoth's like busted. So I think this deck is fine. You just have to like understand that you're going to get paired against 20% matchups. It's just gonna happen. There's not much you can do about it, but the cards seem pretty good. I never played Jet Collector. I was going to play it that last game, and it was probably going to be really good. Just like, ooh, buy back a Bowmaster, and more Yawgmoth draws, kill them. So I think it's probably like a fine card. It's just like that one time. Basically, the one time it mattered, it didn't matter because I just drew a natural order. But so I think this is the best card. I think it's like the best of the Mox cards by far, because the second ability is like really, really strong. And it's probably better with like Death Shadow. It's just like, oh, 4 mana, this Death Shadow. Or I guess you can do it 3 mana. You can just go like turn 3, Jet Collector, draw Mox, land, Mox, buy back a Death Shadow. So I think this has legs. I might try and make a Insidious Roots brew with this card, because it's also really good with Insidious Roots, and I love Insidious Roots. It just has not been a playable card in this format. So thank you for watching. Let me know if you like Yawgmoth in the meta. I personally think it's a fine deck to play. I think you'll do fine if you play it, but it's definitely a difficult deck to play. So please like, and thanks for watching. Bye.